All right, y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. This episode is you got to send this one out. I have been putting this together for the last 45 minutes and it will not disappoint. I can almost guarantee it. And you regulars know when this jacket goes on for a video, it's about to be on. And if you're enjoying the content and you want to be part of saving this country together with us every single night and multiple times of the day, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. You alone have the ability to tell the notification bell to get off its mom's couch, dust a Cheeto dust off his chest and get to work because, let's just face it, he's lazy. All right, guys, we're going to get right into this, and I'm going to be real candid with you. This one, it's got everything you need. Everything. Because the lefties are starting to figure it out. It only took them 12 months to figure it out, but dang it, they are figuring it out. I mean, of course, they could have just watched this channel, and we've been screaming it for 12 months, but finally, they have come to the realization that this is the foot. This is the play. This is the game that is afoot. And I'm going to walk you through the entire thing right now. Everything is always linked in the description box below, per usual. Guys, your chats, comments, and emojis make the world go round. I'm going to put it over here in the chat. Finally saw the notifications. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm loving the comments already. The game face and the game jacket is on Alan. That is absolutely right. All right, chats, comments, emojis. You know how this works. Emojis make the world go round. Once it's posted, we're off. All right, so it's posted, it's pinned. Y'all, the emojis, the chats, the comments, those who are early get to experience the greatness first. All right, listen. Normal procedure on this channel is I open up with stupid. But I'm going to open up a little bit different today. I'm going to open up with something incredibly important. And if you've been looking for the why, the underlying reason of what the ever-living hell is going on, and why is the left acting like petulant children with no self-control whatsoever, I'm going to show you that first. And then get to the stupid. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, we are ready to rock. We are cruising solid. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being in here, of course. Send this out as you get in. This, my friends, is exactly what they're losing their minds over. I've been telling you this for about a year now. We're going to go through it again for you, the new people. The 2030 Census Apportionment Forecast Update. This is where all the Electoral College goes, where all the House votes go. This is what determines which individual states have representation in the presidential election and also the House. You want to know why the left is losing their collective minds? It's because they're losing the collective country. I'll always tell you the truth, and I'll always tell you we're going to save the country, because we are. Both of those things are true, and here's how, okay? This is a foregone conclusion. This will not be changed before 2030. This is baked in, okay? States that are gaining the seats: Texas, Florida, Idaho, Utah, Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia, and South Carolina. Those are all red states. Texas is getting 4. Florida is getting 4. Idaho, Utah, Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, 1 each. States that are losing, you might find a pattern. California, -4. New York, -2. Illinois, -2. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Minnesota, Oregon, Wisconsin, Rhode Island, -1 each. Are you seeing the pattern? If the exact same election had just happened in 2024 with these apportionments, Donald Trump would have won 11 more Electoral College votes. Y'all, this changes everything. And I'm not just telling you this. The left is starting to come out and realize that they actually have to say it. Again, same thing. This is what the total would have been if the 2030 election apportionment was right now in 2024. Trump would have won 323 to 215. Even worse of a trouncing. That's what's coming up in 4 years. Yeah, you want to know why they're losing their mind? It's because of that right there. Hey, look, one of my favorite people to make fun of on the internet, David Hogg, well-known Democrat activist, gun controller extraordinaire, and also failed vice chair of the Democrat Party because he was kicked out by his own people. Just wanted to point that out. Look, listen to what he says. Guys, it's not just me. Like I said, I got the jacket on. If we don't start building infrastructure in the South, good luck, and start winning in states like Texas, Georgia, North Carolina, and Florida, good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck, we can kiss goodbye any chance of winning the White House in the 2030s. In the 2030s. That's a 10-year span. And I was talking to my dad this evening, and it's actually 3 elections. Y'all, you are on the edge of pushing liberalism and far-left wokeism into the proverbial abyss. And we're not even to the stupid yet. We're just having fun at the beginning. Not only can we not give up on the South, it's not an option. They know. This whole game, everything you're seeing, they freaking know. All right, now we're going to do the proverbial, that's not the right one, I used that already. We're going to do the mandatory brake system to basically warm up the pump before we get into the real fun parts. Because what we're about to go into, guys, is one of the reasons I put my jacket on today. There's many, many reasons, and this episode might take a while, but we're going to get through it. We're going to trudge through. Stupid exploded. It's everywhere. We're going to put on our mud boots and we're just going to hike on through because, oh my God, the stupid that we're about to encounter together. But you know what? It's what we got to do. We're saving the country. Sometimes you just get messy doing it. All right, this is one of the dumbest things that I've seen in a while, and I've got a few of these because, wow. You remember that video of that protester that picked up a flashbang and then exploded in their hand because they were protesting ICE? Remember that? Yeah, that was today. Don't worry. There's already a GoFundMe for Fingers of Freedom. Help me get prosthetic fingers after ICE protest injury. I want $50,000 for picking up a flashbang grenade. And if you thought that wasn't silly enough, let's get down to the short story. I was bravely trying to protect an undocumented immigrant from deportation when a flashbang grenade exploded in my hand. Now I need prosthetic fingers. Y'all, I can't make this stuff up. And they're already at 12%. God, liberals and their lefties, man. I swear to God, that old phrase, a fool and his money shall soon be parted. Yeah. By the way, we're in the stupid portion. We're not even in the meat yet. Speaking of wanting your money, hey, look, it's the Commie Mandani from New York. He wants more money. Hey, you know what's really great, comrades? Reaching for that wallet and really funding our communistic ideals. I know that as a communist and a socialist, I've offered you all these different ways of which we're going to get to the man, soak the rich, cut rent, and basically tell everyone with money or assets that they're evil and all the people who don't are going to get all the goodies. But before I do that, can I ask for $4 million from you guys? And then can I also maybe ask for some more money for somebody else, one of my friends? You don't believe me? Okay, here we go.
Friends, I am once again asking for your donations. Not for me, for Claire Valdez. Claire is an assembly member, a Democratic Socialist, and a union organizer running for Congress in New York 7.
That's Greenpoint, Williamsburg, Bushwick, Ridgewood, Maspeth, Cypress Hills, East New York, a little bit of Fort Greene, a little bit of Bed-Stuy, Ridgewood,
Whoa,
downtown
you
Brooklyn.
just said Ridgewood twice.
Yeah, baby.
Wait, so I have a cue for you. What are you running on?
Unions for all, housing for all, Medicare for all.
I thought DC was only doing for some right now.
Nah, we're gonna do it all. We can't do it without you.
That's right. So I'm asking you to donate whatever you can to Claire. Where can they do that again?
ClaireValdezForCongress.com.
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 ClaireValdezForCongress.
Guys, y'all, they're getting freaking played. They're getting played so hard. The proletariat, being taken advantage of the socialist bourgeoisie. Y'all, this is literally every 5 seconds this guy is asking the people for money. While he's going to redistribute everyone else's money, which, by the way, he can't do, and he has no ability to pass any type of laws that make money go anywhere else, like for the free buses or the increasing of taxes. Can't do it at all, but he's going to do it. But before he does that, make sure you give all your socialist comrade money to me and my friends. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. You just simply can't. And we're only halfway through the stupid portion. Let's keep going. All right, so on this episode, or this portion of the episode of Stupid, we have a very well-groomed gentleman. He's wearing flannel, so he must be just like you and I. He's running for Ohio Attorney General, and he's decided that he's going to make a statement. Again, running for Ohio Attorney General. This is what he just put out today. Guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, chats, comments, emojis, make the world go round. I cannot wait to hear what you think about this. Let's get it.
Hi. This is Elliot Forehand, candidate for Ohio Attorney General. I want to tell you what I mean when I say that I am going to kill Donald Trump. I mean I'm going to obtain a conviction rendered by a jury of his peers at a standard of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, based on evidence presented at a trial conducted in accordance with the requirements of due process, resulting in a sentence duly executed of capital punishment. That is what I mean when I say that I'm going to kill Donald Trump.
So it's going well then in Ohio. This guy literally is running for the Democrat candidate for the Attorney General of Ohio, and his big attention-grabbing play is to do that video right there. Y'all, they're losing their minds. They have no way to cope with complete and total loss. In fact, they're losing the nation, and the Electoral College and the apportionment of votes and House representation is about to kick them right in the gonads. So they're resorting to this. Y'all, this is real. This is not a joke. That is actually real. Bet your fundraising went up. Anyway, let's keep on going. Secret Service. Exactly right. Exactly right. And we've got one more stupid before we get to the good stuff. Guys, I am actually cringing reading what Chris Murphy just posted. Well, I'm going to read it to you. We're in this together. But honest to God, I'm about to vomit reading this. And I'm going to do probably a full-on video on this because it's from The Atlantic, so I know it's probably full of other pukey things. But here's Chris Murphy's quote from it. I can't wait for this video, I do. Quote, Minnesotans have found and loved one another in a world atomized by social media, where empty men have tried to fill their lonely souls with lies about their own inherent superiority. Whoa, that is some far left, woke, anti-masculinity, toxic masculinity, far Democrat bullcrap right there. Minnesotans have found and loved one another in a world atomized by social media, where empty men, I presume you and I, and of course the ladies in the audience, hello ladies, have tried to fill their lonely souls, is your soul lonely? With lies about our own inherent superiority. Don't you feel superior just inherently? I don't know how I'm going to make it through this whole episode. We're only on the stupid. We're not even to the realizations yet. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, guys, we're going to get through this together. This is the appropriate time for a break. I'm glad I timed these out with breaks because it's not easy to deal with this much stupid on live internet. All right. Whew. All right, I thought I saw a super chat coming through. Hold on, I want to make sure I don't skip any. Here we go. $1.99 from Mike U, Tampon Tim Waltz, and Air Fry have to go. Talk about the mayor and the governor. I don't think they're not gonna. All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot to say something while we're in the break. Remember, if you are new, if you are a veteran, if you are a regular attendee, or you've happened to wander into the show tonight, every one of you are deputized to handle the chat should a lefty or a series of lefties wander in. I will do the camera work. I'll do the presentation. You guys jump into that chat and defend our honor, because it has been happening a lot recently. It must be a sign of the growth. All right, let's keep on going, guys. Of course, the chats, the comments, the emojis give me life. Here we go. All right, so in the earlier parts, or excuse me, in the earlier, that's not right. In the title and in the thumbnail, I said they're figuring it out, right? That was the whole play. They're starting to figure it out. And what did I say to you last night in the live stream, if you were here? And I mean, if you remember, hit me in the chat over here, tell me. So I told you that it won't be long until two things happened. The first thing that was going to happen about the Trump Walz phone call was the left was going to run out and claim victory. They defeated ICE. Minnesota defeated ICE. Or as Chris Murphy says, found love in atomized social media environments with inherently evil people or some crap like that, right? I paraphrased. But I told you that they were going to claim victory. And then I told you the second part. And that was the video about 3 hours ago, which is popping off. So check that one out. But then I told you the second part. The second part was the lefties were going to realize that they just got played and they were going to turn on the left leaders. It's happening. It's happening in real time. In fact, if you see right here, this is what the White House demanded. And I told you last night in the live stream, this is getting rid of sanctuary cities. This is not a win for the Democrats. This is not a win for Tim Walz. This is a kick right in the balls. All right, Walz balls. Turn over all incarcerated or active warrant criminal illegal aliens for immediate deportation. Transfer all criminal illegal aliens arrested by state and local police. Assist federal authorities in detaining criminal illegal aliens wanted for crimes. Democrats must work with the federal government in the rapid removal of all criminal illegal aliens. Guys, that's pretty much every tenet of the sanctuary cities that they just undermined and agreed to. I'm just saying, put the jacket on for a reason, and here we go. They're figuring it out. All right. If you are not familiar, I mean, honest to God, it only took them 24 hours. I mean, like, granted, it took us about 24 minutes, but you know what? They got there. This guy is a far lefty. Far left, crass, gross, way progressive. Here's what he says about this whole thing. Major breaking. The Trump regime is increasing illegal DHS raids against protesters in Minnesota. Bovino firing was a PR stunt to head fake de-escalation. I literally said that with you guys. We had the conversation that was exactly what was happening yesterday. But don't worry, they figured it out. Major breaking news. They got owned. And here's the tweet that he's posting on. Confirmation that Bovino's withdrawal is a PR stunt made to lure protesters into thinking they gotta win. Does any of this sound familiar? I'm not that smart. They're just that predictable. DHS is ramping up operations in Minneapolis at the same time he's returning to California. So the one guy that they said that they were going to get a big victory because he was leaving Minneapolis, and they said, woo, yay, stand down, we win, everyone win, woo, Walls win, Minnesota nice, we win. They all go over here. Trump sends in Tom Homan over here, and he goes, yeah, we're still going to do it, and you're going to do it for us. And the protesters are like, wait, what? How could this be? I mean, if they just watched this channel, they would have known. I'm just saying. All right, let's keep on going, guys. This is where it gets really, really fun, which is leading to this. Because they're starting to figure it out. They are now invading Walls' office. In fact, look, they came up with a new slogan. You guys might remember this one. Check this out. Justice denied! Justice delayed! Justice denied! Justice delayed! You get the idea. Justice delayed, justice denied. Oh, that's weird. Why are they doing it at Tim Walz's office? Because they're figuring it out. Again, I would like to bring to your attention the demands from the White House. Like, this is literally destruction of your sanctuary cities, and all you have to do is agree. We talked about this. Literally, by definition, each of those things are the main portions of sanctuary cities. And Tim Walz just agreed to do all of them. So again, all the black pill on the right, everyone freaking out saying that Trump and the White House got smoked. You guys, please tell me where in here this is them getting smoked. And it's not Tim Walz basically undermining sanctuary cities. I'll wait. I will wait. I'm pretty confident in this one. But anyway, let's keep on going, guys. We've got stuff to talk about. I've already hit that. And I already hit that. Okay. Now, this one is a fun one. Guys, I told you I put the jacket on for a reason. This is a fun one. So the Democrats, I swear, this is more propaganda and more stupid than I saw during the Kamala Harris blitzkrieg. And I call it a blitzkrieg on purpose because it was literally a lightning war, and it happened with $2 billion. They're still digging out of the hole, and it was nothing but propaganda. I mean, like, straight up insane. So anyway, back to the point. Democrat Wins Media, this is a propaganda account, breaking in a stunning moment, again, pick up the language. In a stunning moment, Republican Senator Tom Tillis just called for Kristi Noem to resign. The dam is breaking. Wow. Okay, where do we begin on this one? In a stunning moment, Tom Tillis. Okay, if you guys don't know who Tom Tillis is, I'm going to run this down for you real quick. In fact, we might go big screen. Come here. Tom Tillis is a Rhino senator who has resigned and will not be running for re-election in 2026. He threw out the door. He said, nope, I'm good. He's also one of the only Rhinos that would sign on and work with anything with the Biden administration, including a nice little piece of legislation called the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which was the only gun control act they were able to pass in the Biden administration, thanks to him and his other Republican turncoat Rhinos. So yeah, they found one. A miracle. Okay, let's keep on going. So Tom Tillis just called for Kristi Noem to resign. The dam is breaking. Yeah, the guy on the way out is the dam breaking. My God, could you force feed us a little bit more propaganda through the funnel? Like, please. Anyway, let's keep on going. We've got so much to do, so little time. A little Willy Wonka reference for you guys. Gene Wilder, I think? Yeah. By the way, this is the way my brain works. It's whatever, it happens. All right, so here we go. Eric Dodery. Just in, anti-ICE rioters have stormed a hotel in New York City, demanding the Hilton Garden Inn cut all ties with federal immigration enforcement. You know what's interesting about this, guys? I know, it's weird, But when they try to do this in New York City, you know, with the Kami Mamdani and all the socialists there and the mayor, they got arrested. I got videos of that in a second. That's so weird that the communist utopia of New York City would arrest the protesters going against ICE. Man, the world must be crumbling. Let's check in. Let's check into New York real quick. I think I owe it to you guys to show you what they're saying. I'm sure there's some real good pearls of wisdom from in here. Let's see what they say.
No KKK, no fascist USA. No ICE. 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 No KKK.
All right, as catchy as that is, you guys get the idea. You get the gist. Hey, I got a knock joke for you guys, and if happen any lefties wondering, what has 3 letters and was a Democrat intimidation tactic machine owned and operated by the Democrats in the Civil War Jim Crow South? Yeah, it was 3 letters. It's called KKK. Yeah, who wants to tell these morons? Because ICE apparently is now the new KKK, and KKK is bad, even though KKK was run by Democrats, and even though the ICE, anti-ICE people that you're seeing are supporting the Democrat cause. But that, guys, don't let facts and anything of history have anything to do with any of this. This is about rhyming and having a basic baseline beat drum, and then making something rhyme. I mean, honest to God, if you're not familiar, the KKK was honest. Seriously, it was an intimidation tactic to keep African Americans away from their rights in the South. Okay, it was 100% through and through run by Democrats. It's also one of the main origins of all the gun control in the United States. I could do this all day. It's factual. You can look it up. But these morons wouldn't know that because that would require the ability to read. Good God. Anyway, let's keep on going, guys. John Flick says, I saw no KKK down there. You don't know. Braden dancing. That's right. Hey, it was a catchy tune. I am inspired to dance. All right. John McClendon with a $5 super chat. I appreciate it. And guys, we are cruising at 4,300 people in the live stream. Thank you so much for hanging in here. Of course, the likes, the subscribes, the channel notifications, all the distribution that you do. Because again, the notification bell is one lazy bastard. He sits in his mom's couch. He doesn't leave home. He's like a failure to launch with Cheeto dust all over him. He just doesn't do his job. So the more that you guys can do and like help him get out the door, that'd be great. He's like the 40-year-old virgin, but worse. All right, let's keep on going. Let's check in on these guys. Hey, look, they're getting arrested. I gotta show you this. Like, I'm gonna kill the audio. I don't want to hear that crap again. But as you can see right here, the NYPD is not taking too kindly to this in New York City, which I thought was a very woke, agenda-driven place. I thought it was very progressive, and it was all about the protesters, and it was all about the people's voice, and down with the rich, soak the rich, and oh my God, are those KKK handcuffs? Is that what I see there being deployed by the NYPD against innocent individuals just expressing their First Amendment rights? Oh, God, the inhumanity. I'll tell you what, man, this place is going to hell in a handbasket. What is it? And when you can't get a basic beat line drum in there in a place of business and disrupt the entire business saying ICE is the KKK, and as long as you're rhyming, you should be good. But they're arresting him in New York City at the same time they're arresting him in Minneapolis after Mayor Walz bent over a barrel. I'm just here to connect the dots, guys. We're just having a good time. I told you I put the jacket on for a reason. All right, enough of those shenanigans. Let's keep on going. We've got a break. Well-deserved break, I'll have you know. All right, listen. If you guys are just now in here, we're about to get to the back end of the meat here. This is the next part. This is your green beans of your entree here of freedom that we do every single night right around 9 p.m. Eastern time. So as you guys are getting in here, if you enjoy the content, if you want to save the country with us, please, by all means, join us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. You can follow me on X at BradenLOA, and comments, chats, and emojis make the world go round. Please see earlier description of notification bell. Lazy ass notification bell. Anyway, let's keep on getting into this. That is all the break I need. We've got momentum. There's no reason to intercept it. And oh my God, who could have seen this coming? Y'all, man, oh man. You hate to see it. I'm going to actually show you what I'm talking about, so I'm not just like imagining things. All right. I mean, Chuck Schumer? Man. Oh, the shutdown odds spike after Minnesota killing. Do you mean they would take advantage of a political incident? That's weird. Oh man, who could have seen that coming? Yeah, this is gonna be another video at some point, by the way. It's literally, content is stacking up like hotcakes. I mean, I got people on the right over here saying the world is ending. I got people left over here being stupid. I mean, like, it's all over. It's serious, like I told you. It's like the can of worms is open. Everything is crazy. We're putting our boots on. We're just gonna get it done. Chuck Schumer has spoken. I swear to God, the more this guy gets on a camera, the more he looks decrepit. This is like Biden with a New York accent. In the wake of ICE's abuses and the administration's recklessness, Senate Democrats will not pass the DHS budget until it is rewritten. I will vote no on any legislation that funds ICE until it's reined in and overhauled. Well, I know what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of days. Maybe this one will last 41 days, set a new record. All right, Chucky, talk to us. The people are waiting.
Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller are fucking liars. Any administration that allows them to continue in office is rotten to its core. The vote on appropriations is coming up Thursday night, and Democrats will not let the Republicans move forward if ICE and DHS funding are in the bill. Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller are fucking liars.
I just wanted to leave it in there a little bit more, because you know what really relates to people? And this is what I wanted to show you about that clip, other than just the normal posturing. What you have to understand about what just happened in this clip, and I'm going to play it again, but I'm going to walk you through a little bit of camera presence stuff. Some staffer told him to sit there in a leather chair and a nice desk and stare really intently into the camera. This is literally trained. This is all pre-canned, okay? I want you to say that you're going to do a shutdown, and I want you to look really, really tough. Make sure you say at least one F-bomb so we can still get it on X and YouTube, and also make you appeal to your user base and your voter base. Make you feel tough and young and vibrant and full of energy, because your physical appearance ain't doing it. And then you're going to go ahead and say you're going to shut the government down. And then your body language is, oh my goodness, use all the emotion you can possibly muster before you keel over. All right, watch. This is real time. I'm going to show you again everything I just said. Watch. It is actively what they're doing. This is all propaganda. It is all pre-planned. And they're going to shut down the government again. Let's go.
Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller are fucking liars. Any administration that allows them to continue in office is rotten to its core. The vote on appropriations is coming up Thursday night, and Democrats will not let the Republicans move forward if ICE and DHS funding are in the bill.
You know the best part about this whole thing, other than the raising of inflection and voice and all these different pieces, which they're trying to engage their viewers because he's dead. The best part about this is ICE and DHS is already funded through the One Big Beautiful Bill through 2029, and they already know that. You know that. I know that. We all know that. We had a lefties wander into the chat last night, and they were telling us that we're never going to get any kind of ICE funding for DHS. And I'm like, you guys realize that was passed literally earlier this year, and it's good through 2029. I mean, like, this is not even a question. Even Democrats know it. This is all about pandering for political power. Again, this is why I showed you this at the very beginning, because they know how absolutely screwed they are. I'm just not going to blackpill you. I'm going to be honest with you, and we're going to vote like we're losing, we're going to grind like we're losing, and we're never going to quit. We're going to save our country together, and that's what we're going to do. Period. Full stop, as the Dems like to say. It makes it more authoritative, that's what they tell me. All right, so now, the reason that we've come together, I've got to straighten my jacket for this part. I'm going to skip right past that break, because I'll be honest with you, I don't need another one. All right. As we go into this, I want to show you some real life stuff right on the ground that is full on dispelling of propaganda. Like, I mean, it is wild what they are trying to get you to believe right now. And I'm going to show you some real stuff that actually exists, that's actually counteracting that whole narrative they're putting out. And guys, if you're enjoying this and you find it helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right. This is MS Now finding something very perturbing to their vision and their image of the country. Because remember, in their bubble, everyone hates Donald Trump, and everyone hates immigration, and everyone hates ICE, even though a majority of the country wants this problem solved, but everyone hates them. Almost like it's propaganda. Okay, watch this. Look what they found in the wild.
You make of what's happening in Minnesota.
Just let them be there and do their job, period. Leave ICE alone. Getting in front of people's faces and doing this to ICE is total horse hockey in my opinion. Donald Trump is doing what the people elected him to do. Get rid of the illegal immigration. That's it.
You make of what's
Horse hockey, he says, and I do like that. But here's something else that this is why they show these things. This is why it's important for you to understand. This is important because that's in Iowa. Why is that important? Well, Iowa is one of the Democratic caucus states. And if the concept of, or the perception of what's going on in the nation right now is that the anti-ICE agitators who are paid and who are full-on socialist and full-on tied into the underlings and underpinnings of all of the socialist communist movement in the United States, if they get perceived as Democrats, Democrats lose things like Iowa and all the caucuses in South Carolina and all these different states. That's why this is important. It's not just they found a random dude in a Target parking lot in Iowa. No, it's because it's Iowa. That's where the first caucuses are. None of this stuff happens by accident. And that's why I try to show you every night on this channel. Every day, as long as we can. As long as I can continue to show you truth and cut through the propaganda like a knife in the foggiest London eve. All right. Oh my God. Hold on. I got to zoom in. I can't believe this. I simply can't. By the way, 5,180 people in here right now. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you send this out because the more you do, the more power we have. All right. Election wizard. Approval of the Trump administration deportation of illegal immigrants. Favor, plus 10, 52, 42. 1,000 registered voters. You know what date that is? 126. You know why that's important? Because that was yesterday. Everything you've seen, everything, all of it, from the Renee Good thing to the invasion of churches to the shooting a couple days ago, all of it. Plus 10 in favor of illegal immigration. You think it's any accident that Donald Trump is doing what he's doing and the White House is doing what they're doing, and you think there's any accident that Tim Walz bent over a barrel and said, yes, please? I mean, honestly, honest to goodness. Guys, this is the underlying stuff. You have to understand. I always do these live streams to bring you to the culmination of all of these breadcrumbs to show you these points. That's why I spend 40 minutes putting it together, because it's like, what? Genuinely. That's what you're looking at right now. 52 to 42, according to 1,000 registered voters in one of the newest polls yesterday. That is why they're doing, where'd it go? Nope. Well, that's just dumb. This part, no, dang it. What? Where'd he go? Hold on. I got to find this. This is important. I'm going to find it. I think it's over here. Is it right here? Yeah. That's why they're doing this. It was a head fake. They just did it to feign defeat, but really they're kicking our asses. Yeah, exactly. That's why Donald Trump is doing the things that he's doing. That's why they're all doing the things that they're doing, because this number, nope. This number right here. Y'all, look at it. Plus 10. With all the propaganda you're seeing, plus 10 national. Okay, let's keep on going. Maybe I haven't convinced you enough. Something else that we cover on this channel a lot, and if you're new here, this is the congressional ballot, and if you are a veteran, you know what's up. You know what we're about to do. We're about to give you some real-life experience in this. So, when it comes to the generic congressional ballot, the lefties and the Democrats and the righties and the conservatives and the MAGAs, they all look at the congressional ballot. Every one of them. And the reason why is because it takes the individual out of it and it just takes the Democrat versus Republican brand. That's why they do it. It's generic and broad enough so they can say, oh, look, our brand overall, right? That's what they do. When you look back at Donald Trump in 2018, when his first midterm rolled around, the Democrats were like anywhere from plus 9, plus 10 to plus 17 to plus 20. That is irrefutable fact, and they know it. Now, they are up 4. Y'all, the generic ballot has a built-in bias for Democrats of about 3. This thing is neck and neck going into 2026, and they know it. The reason that they know it is all in the math and numbers. That's why Davey Hogg, boy wonder, gun control extraordinaire, Democrat vice president failure box, that's why he's saying this. That's why they're freaking out. It's not because they just woke up and had a wild hair. It's because they actively know what's happening. Just for some reason, he decided to say it, and it's been all over the place. But again, I'm just going to keep on showing you whatever truth I can, and hopefully it sinks in and you send it out because, whoa. Which party has a better approach on crime? Republicans, 15. Immigration, Republicans, 7. Well, that's weird. Republicans on immigration? That's strange because I would have thought that it wouldn't be that with him being Satan. Economy, R7. Inflation, R1. What do the Democrats have? Democrat values and healthcare. Things that are nowhere even registering on the top 3 most important things for the nation. I mean, guys, it's so bad. It's so bad. But anyway, let's continue. Let's throw a little bit more fuel on the fire. New poll just dropped, finding Americans support President Trump's mass deportations by plus 10 points, 52-42, after the most recent Minneapolis shootings. Fake news failed. Americans embraced mass deportations. That's what I voted for, or what we voted for. Now, of course, that's his post. That's not mine. But still, the point remains. He's referencing the same thing I referenced. Fox News is referencing the exact same thing that I just referenced. Guys, what you're actively seeing is a refusal of the propaganda. It does not work. It doesn't work anymore. The mainstream media has like a 3% approval rating in the nation. It's lower than Congress. And that says something. Because those critters are crazy. And, of course, the last thing I'm going to show you, the same thing from another service, showing the exact same data points. Y'all, I would like to say one more thing, and I keep on going back to this. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? No, got it. Missed by one. I'm going to keep on going back to this as I wrap this up. I want you to really focus on this as we're wrapping this individual point up, because remember how everyone says that if you vote for Donald Trump, you're an idiot, and you got fooled, and you're a moron, and that Donald Trump is the stupidest person to ever hold the title of president, and he's the stupidest person and most incompetent individual that's ever existed in life. And then at the exact same time, he's able to pull head fakes and able to trick protesters and able to trick Democrats, beat them twice, get the popular vote, get the Electoral College victory, pull off every single swing state. You guys ever see any kind of inconsistency in that? Is it just me? Because I find it very fascinating that you can both simultaneously be the most idiotic person alive, but also an evil genius. It really is wild. But it is kind of fun watching them realize things that they're getting worked on, isn't it? Because this went from, we're winning, we won, to, oh shit, no, we're not, no, we didn't. I mean, I'm just to be honest with you, that's what's happening. All right, guys, well, I haven't covered the Signal Gate stuff yet. I covered it yesterday. What are you talking about? I have covered it. All right, I got 2 super chats. I got to catch up to that other one. I think I saw one up here. Hold on a second. I have covered the Signal Gate thing. People saying I ain't been covering the Signal Gate thing. Tripping. All right, hold on a second. I got a super chat. There we go. Steve Rousseau with a $10 super chat says, the Democrats and lefties are the epitome of Brother Dave Gardner's description of a politician. A politician is just like a bullfrog. What ain't stomach's head, and that's mostly mouth. Oh, what isn't stomach's head, what, God, punctuation. What ain't stomach is, God almighty, it's hard. What's not the stomach is the head, and that's mostly mouth. That's basically what it says. But listen, guys, I hope I landed this plane. I really, really hope that I encouraged you to share this out. I hope I brought you a little bit of ray of sunshine in the intense London-level fog of propaganda, because it is so thick you could cut it with a knife. It is wild. And I will absolutely continue on this train as we basically, that would have been a great thing if I didn't mess that up. As we just, walk through the BS. It's like knee-high with our knee-high waders and the worms and cans that are everywhere. But we're going to get through this, because we're going to save the country together. Guys, I depend on you. I thank you so much for the new people who are joining. We are cruising at incredible growth, and that is all because of you guys. And thank you so much for that. Make sure you follow me on my X at Braden LOA, and we are going to have a hell of a time tomorrow when we meet back up and continue to distribute freedom in mass like Johnny Appleseed across the great fruited plain. All right, listen, I love each and every one of you. Just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. 5,000 people, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden.